going to be 51 states, but then Puerto Rico was all.
No.
It was a very close vote, though. It's
Yeah.
almost 50-50.
Honestly, the problem in Puerto Rico is pretty complicated.
Well, Puerto Rico has its own problems, as far as I know.
No, I'm just saying the problem with becoming a state is rather complicated.
Oh, yeah, it's difficult to do that.
Yeah.
And people weren't super jazzed about it.
Like, what about the flag?
Yeah, 51 is a weird, ugly
It's
number.
not about the flag. It's more about
Like, if we get...
Yeah, I know that's the main problem with this.
Yeah.
If we get states, we should get like 4 at the same time, so we can get a nice even number again. Like 54 is 9 times 6.
No.
Damn.
That, or we could just have, like, and then set
49
in the state.
Oh man, I don't know how the Dakotas would feel about that.
Oh, fucking terrible.
I think it would actually make more sense to merge Virginia with West Virginia.
They're
have-
also pretty different.
I mean, they are, but like, no one cares about West Virginia. I mean, no one cares about North or South Dakota either, but they
Nobody
would
cares
hate it more.
about one.
But wait, North Dakota had static though.
Talk.
Game's like, whatever, you don't exist.
Well, I found out a little about you based on where we live. Now I'm curious if you've learned anything about your fellow humans based on where they live. Tell me, have you ever traveled abroad?
Yes.
2-1-1.
Where did you go the last time you traveled?
Rio, Canada.
Yeah,
Canada.
Canada. I'm guessing life there is a bit less hectic than what you're used to here in the eastern US. Maybe next time you'll actually cross an ocean. I'm glad to hear you've traveled a bit. You know the expression about walking a mile in someone's shoes? Well, walking a mile in their country is the next best thing. You have no idea how much you don't know about a person until you find out about their home. Humans always seem to play it too safe. They stay in their own little world instead of realizing that the world belongs to those that live in it. And if you don't travel it and learn about it, you're not really living in it, you see? Besides, nothing gets your partner in the mood for love quite like an exotic trip.
That was a tailored response to you.
Shut the fuck up.
No.
Maybe you should listen to it.
You spent a lot of time talking about a person that never came up in the question. Like you could have gone to Canada for any number of reasons.
Guys, we're not talking about this.
We are talking
We're
about
not
this
talking about
right now.
No!
This game is getting too real for you, Gabe.
This doesn't exist.
No, the only person who doesn't exist in this room is Cam. The rest of us exist.
You can fucking talk to him. I don't care.
Look at his face.
Oh, also, other thing I just wanted to mention, when we were talking about the states, there's a cool map I saw. I might have mentioned this before, but like, not on recording, so it's fine. It's like a map of like, if every time like a state wanted to like a body of land wanted to become a state in the United States, like if all of those became states, it was like a map of all of the possible states that could have been. And it's like 108 states or something.
That would have been pretty cool.
Yeah. Then we could have had twice as, like, New York, for example, would have been like, New York City would have been its own state. The rest of Long Island would have been a separate state from New York. And then I think,
Okay, that's kind of
like, the area where Buffalo is, like, the western part of New York, that might have been its own state. So New York is like 4 or 5 states instead of 1.
I saw this picture.
Talk.
I have another point to make regarding travel and culture. Shall I share it with you?
Yes.
Okay then. Whether or not you've traveled abroad, you're part of an ever-shrinking world. Sure, you know that. There's even a song about it being a small world after all, but never in history has it become so important to be familiar with and tolerant of other peoples and their cultures. You and your descendants will be forced to deal more and more with people from all over the world. Think of the effect that will have. Cultures will become further mixed. You already see that in small ways, like your pop music with musical styles being combined, in your food with fusion cuisine. It's a natural result of the world's economy becoming mixed, the prevalence of the internet, cheaper, faster travel. The end result will more likely be that there may be no more countries to speak of in the future. The world will be more of a cohesive unit, just as it happened in the United States and is already happening in Europe. That to me is very exciting.
I don't know. That's the first thing he said that I kind of actually don't agree with.
I mean, I agree with some of it.
Like,
I don't think there would be no more countries.
although I guess I'm thinking about 1998 and the European, like the Eurozone was kind of a new thing then. Actually.
Yes.
Like the whole thing with Euros is very recent.
What if the world became like Pokemon, where instead of like, even though there were countries, most people just refer to them by
This has been a
type of
blast.
animals you
Let's
find
do
in
it
each
again
region.
sometime.
You know what still makes me mad? In the first Pokemon movie, the Nostalgia Critic talks about this. The part.
Would you like to save and end
It's
the
the part
session?
where like Ash and like all the human characters are like in a storm, like in the raft, and they're going to shit. Where are they going? Like the island where Mewtwo is, or
Yeah.
whatever the fuck. And they're having a conversation about like Ash says something about like Jamaicans coming from Minnesota or something like that.
Vikings.
Oh, Vikings.
Jamaican. Yes,
Vikings.
that's
Yeah.
the joke.
What's the problem here?
Well, like that doesn't make any fucking sense.
Why not?
There's actually a joke there.
The Minnesota Vikings.
Yeah, that's the whole
That's
point.
the
Oh.
sport team, the hockey team, I think, right?
I don't know what something else is best, actually.
It says, like, well, either way, Minnesota Vikings, and so that's the joke Ash made.
Yeah, they literally have the dialogue or something along the lines of,
Maybe they went over the critic
I
shit
didn't know they
too.
still had Vikings, and he says they mostly come from Minnesota.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Good evening. Welcome to the laboratory of Jean-Paul Gasset.
Your problem doesn't exist.
There's no
Greetings, and welcome back. You're doing a good job.
Good.
At the moment, the habitat contains 2 cadmen. They are suffering from the cold.
Sounds like
Oh,
he
well.
said Catman instead of Tadman. What if Seaman was a master robot?
Okay.
How would it have blood?
What?
How would it have blood?
Yeah, blood in Mega Man X4.
How much blood?
Yeah, blood in Mega Man X1.
Where are you getting blood from?
You're drinking blood.
Oh.
Really have.
Oh.
Raise the temperature, would you?
Hungry?
It could be oil. It's not really a huge difference.
Yay!
Could be in the whaling
There,
I sound like
Seaman is
Santa.
a Mega Man.
Stop it. I said stop it.
I wouldn't be surprised
If Mega Man beats Seaman, what power
I
would
sound
he
like
get?
Santa.
Could erase your existence.
Don't make me laugh. Stop it. Stop it.
He
Stop
just like
it.
you're just playing Mega Man. He just stops.
Quit it. It
It
hurts.
turns to the camera. It's like,
Oh.
is
Are
your
you
significant
listening?
other in the room? It's shit.
Ah, yes, another late night rendezvous.
Hello.
Oh, they're there on the right.
Imagine like
On the right.
Mega Man X having like the Seaman power, but it's in the context of like our imagining of Mega Man X in the universe. So like Mega Man X turns to the cameras and like you see like the Mega Man X dialogue box and it's like, is your significant other in the room? And then Zero's just like, X, that sounds pretty gay.
Wait, what?
Replace the blue one. Well, it's too late now.
I just don't want to have it wrong. You used it all.
I was thinking put the blue one in the moth tank.
But then it might become a moth.
Yeah,
We don't want.
I don't know what that's gonna turn into. So.
It's gonna turn. don't know, Andros or something.
Andros.
becomes fucking Andros.
Andros.
Dude, I picked the more random ass thing. Talk.
I have a question for you. You see, watching you every day like this, I see you come and go, to and from work, in and out of the house. It's kind of like observing apes must be for you. Each monkey has its own lot in life, set of rules to follow, and it follows them, regardless of how it feels at that moment or what it might rather be doing. Of course, it can be rather comfortable for me to relax all day, but then again I still get antsy and crave things which, due to my physique, are impossible to accomplish. I have to admit that I envy you somewhat, that you may be so productive and make differences within your own culture, but I know that the grass is always some other color on your neighbor's lawn, so to speak, so I'm really curious. Are you happy with your job?
No.
Well, I guess that figures in this day and age. It's too bad since society seems to think your work is what defines you. And maybe it does. Action is certainly more noticeable than ideals, isn't it? So tell me, are you planning on switching career paths anytime soon?
Yes.
Yes.
Well, that's good. When you're unhappy with something, it's important to take steps to change it. After all, what is life without happiness? And a job, I hate to say, takes up an awful lot of one's life. Too much for it not to affect their personal lives. It seems as if a career can be a very important thing to a person, and I really think that's good for your society as a whole. And if people do what they love, then their output will no doubt be worlds apart than if they don't. Given some humans get a little carried away with work and forget their individualities. But if you look at, say, ants, for example, they are not defined by themselves, but their missions in life, often to gather food, and that is their career, so to speak. You are all one large purposeful machine, whether or not you realize this day by day. If you get stuck doing something you're not fond of, then the machine becomes creakier and eventually collapses. This is why I believe that each worker must truly enjoy the work she or he is set out to do. It sounds as if it's about time you move on to something new, don't you think? I simply can't imagine spending quite so much time doing something that doesn't leave me content at the end of the day. Well, anyway, it was nice chatting with you. I'll be seeing you around then.
Oh man.
That's a lot of save points.
Cam, you're gonna have to edit those in. Actually, speaking of edits, you might want to turn the volume down because I was watching it pick up perfectly. Like the waveforms were actually really loud from the game, so you might want to.
It's not much of a problem. I mean, we don't usually talk over Seaman anyway.
Yeah, and,
Yeah.
and the other thing is
It just means that you might have to edit like.
no,
turning
I
the
mean I took the volume down anyway. It's just that like we put the TV kind of loud for this game.
Yeah. I mean, you can turn the TV down a little. That's all I'm saying.
I'd rather keep dish there to listen to.
All right, whatever.
It's not what I signed up for today.
Dude, I'm the one
See,
that
I thought we like this like compared to the last.
I don't think you realize I'm the one that had to answer that question. That question was purely directed at me.
He said something about work is what that defines you. So, is that why Cam goes next day?
God! How many times? Give me that.
Damn, are you gonna give him a piece of your mind?
This fucking.
Hey,
This camera
enough with the
is-
heater already. It's kinda hot.
Damn, Cam is so salty. You turned the heater up. Like
It's only 25. We'll go down a little bit.
This cam doesn't make this joke. It's fucking beautiful.
It's the best meme. It's the newest meme, and it makes Cam so salty.
I'm not even salty. I have to admit
Oh,
that was pretty great.
Oh my god. That was great. You got fucking destroyed. The person that has wrecked you the
kinda
most
hot.
is
Oh,
fucking
good. I
Seaman.
was boiling.
How high did you turn the temperature?
24.9. I don't know what you guys complaining about.
Oh my god.
Oh man.
Oh. I'm sorry. I just need a loop of my insane laugh.
Yeah.
Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Oh,
Or fucking
I sound like
sugar
Santa.
If you're quite done, let's talk.
You know what really chaps my hide? It's how the English language is set up so that you never get a straight answer. For example, you might say, "This is one of the tallest buildings in America." But what does that mean? One of the tallest buildings. There is only one tallest building, correct? This is very confusing to me.
There's lots of dumb things in English language.
How the fuck does Seaman keep wrecking shit? He's like an Amiibo. Was he the first Amiibo?
John Squeena. John Squeena.
America learned from him.
He does train and grow.
This is what? This is it.
You know what they say about evolution? Even Amiibos can do it.
Seaman.
I kind of want to know now, like,
Instead of Captain America.
who
the first
specifically,
Avenger.
like, give me a name for the people, or names for the people responsible for this game. Like, I actually want to know now.
Well, when we beat it, there'll be credits.
You know what'd be crazy? Like, what if we get popular enough that we can have, like interviews or some shit? I would actually kind of want to bring the people, or at least, like, the person who, like, conceptualized this game.
Okay.
I would be
that's
actually
like
okay
a
with
ways ahead.
Oh, no, definitely.
Don't get ahead of
like,
yourself here, buddy.
That would be...
Don't get it, big head.
But, like, I don't know, that'd be cool.
We no longer have to worry about Captain America, the first Avenger. We need to worry about Seaman, the first Amiibo.
First Amiibo.
Talk.
Okay, let's talk about... No, maybe tomorrow.
Well,
Yeah.
skip ahead.
Talk.
No, I'm all talked out for today.
Makes sense.
Hungry?
Nah.
Have they actually eaten anything? Or, like,
No, they eat each other.
honestly, yeah. Maybe you just don't have to.
Aaron
eat them
missed
or-
all of that.
I honestly, to be honest, I'm not sure if Aaron has the attention span for a game like this. Although I would love to hear what he has
Would
to
you like
think
to
about
save
some
and-
of this stuff.
I mean, what if he watches the video afterwards?
Oh, he probably will. But, like, yeah.
Boston makes me feel good.
Boston makes me feel good.
This fucking game. This game has been a real experience.
I'm glad we're doing it together.
Like part of my life has changed because of fucking Seaman.
You were like, hey, let's play this retarded game on Dreamcast.
I didn't know the game would get this fucking
I know part of Cam's life has changed because he realized he doesn't
Hello.
actually exist.
Welcome to the laboratory,
There's no such thing
Jean-Paul
as buts.
Gasset.
No buts. No ifs,
This is your
ands, or
second
buts.
visit today. It is good to have you back so soon. At the moment, the habitat contains
Skip it.
2 cadmen. They are suffering from the cold. Please use the heater to raise the temperature to a more comfortable level. So let us head over to the tank.
I already skip over all this stuff.
Oh, you just coughed.
And then he'll cough and go, You're like, oh, whoa.
It'd be funny if he just one time he just snaps at you for interrupting him. Like, stop! No, you're not going. You have to let me finish. Okay, fuck.
You're
What
not
the fuck are you
being
doing
one.
right now?
You're just like laughing. Are those combs?
Yeah, they're both mine.
Whoa.
Whoa, whoa. Did we walk in on a moment?
Yay!
It's cold in here, aren't you cold?
Yeah, their heads are becoming more defined.
It's about time.
They're becoming frogs.
Are they
Yay!
losing their tails?
Yeah.
So is this like the last step we're about to witness?
Yeah, I think the last step is the frog we see on
Holy
the
shit,
front.
are we like almost close
Yeah.
to quote unquote beating this game?
Yeah, I feel like
Almost
we might be done today.
Well, it is. Well, I mean, you guys can stay till 9, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we'll see if we can finish it.
Hungry? Hungry.
No thanks.
What's he doing?
Dance.
Hey, go tickle yourself. I'm busy.
You can't actually tickle yourself though. Oh shit, it's a spider.
Punch him.
Spider! Punch him! Up,
Where are they?
up. You're going out of the water.
Whoa.
Oh shit!
Ocean.
Oh shit, the spider's right there.
Just in case.
No thanks, I'm still full.
Alright, so they're not gonna eat the spider at least.
Yeah, there.
They're right there, right there.
Talk.
Something.
What?
The sass.
Talk. Talk.
Hey, I have something I want to talk to you about. You know, I'm really getting the impression that you people are busy all the time. Maybe it's just here in America, which is such a business-obsessed culture. It seems like everyone is always complaining about not having any spare time, but when they get some, they don't know what to do with it because they're so used to being busy. It's strange that knowing how to relax appears to have become a skill you humans have to learn. You seem to know how to relax if you're talking to me, but I want to know what else you do in your spare time. For example, what do you do when you're with your friends?
Play games.
Well, at least you make it a sociable experience. Of course, those fighting games that you like are probably more fun to play with other people.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Pretty
So not only do they know they have to play games response catalog, but they can connect it to an earlier response. When's the last time a game had that? Like, that's something that would be revolutionary for like a game now. Like that would be cool.
I think they're trying to
that'd
do
be
that.
cool in like Mass Effect 3.
I think they're trying to do that in the next DSX game. You know, the sequel to Human Revolution.
It gets really tough for us when the air gets too dry. There should be a sprinkler that Gasset built somewhere around here. Hey, can you use the... I don't feel so good. It gets really tough for us when the air gets too dry. There should be a sprinkler that Gasset built somewhere around here. Hey, can you use the D-pad to look for it? Come on, use the D-pad and find the...
Would you like to save and end the session?
Did it eat the spider?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's like a way you can.
You had to say "get well" or "I love you."
Yeah, there's like there's ways to make him feel better. It's not like he's gonna die. That was definitely in the walkthrough, so we don't have to reset.
If you want to reset, you can.
Yeah, you don't have
depends
to.
on what you think would be more cool.
I'm just not sure what the game's about.
Yeah, because right now he wants to do the thing with the sprinkler.
Well, you have to do. You should do the sprinkler thing first. It's not like he's gonna die right away. Because I don't think so. I wonder, could you just catalog the spider?
No.
Oh, that sucks.
That's kind of the problem.
Like you.
Because you can just store him in your
You
inventory.
have to bring the spider to the tank to kill it.
Yeah.
The thing is, I dropped the larva there, so it was, like I did that on purpose, so it wasn't the fucking spider.
And he said he wasn't hungry anyway.
Yeah. Let's go.
So why did he eat the spider?
Just it's up to you. Do what you want.
Maybe it's just scripted so that if the spider is in the tank, they'll eat it if they see it.
No.
I guess that means we have to be more careful now because like before it didn't matter.
Like I guess it's just once they got on land, they started to eat.
Yeah.
And then he just became hungry, and the spider was right there and he ate it.
Yeah. Sucks. Oh well. To be honest with you, I think that like the spider is like the only gameplay problem that this game has. It kind of isn't the point. Like, I know what they're kind of going
It's the
for.
only bit of difficulty the game has.
Yeah, it feels like it's like there's not really a like the point. You're not playing this game for really the quote unquote physical gameplay. You know, like you're talking to Seaman and you're like taking care of him, but there's not like I don't think there's supposed to be a challenge in that. I don't think it kind of goes against the design of the game. I feel it's just kind of weird, but it also doesn't really make sense. But whatever.
It's not like we can continue out of the screen because I think if we continue, it'll start to save, right?
It saves a bunch of shit automatically. The last point that it saved was when I think when he walked on land, so he might be able to get away with resetting it right now.
Why don't we just do that?
I just don't know if someone like fuck with the save file or something. I doubt it, but because I've never I never soft reset a game like that.
Why don't we just try going ahead?
I just don't want to fucking die and we're all the way toward near the end of the game now.
No, but I read in a guide that if you just tell it to get well and stuff, then it will start to get better.
Yeah, I remember reading that too. The only thing is that it's possible that might not apply. Like I read that in the part where he was talking about like the earlier stage where he's still a fish, still a Seaman.
Anyway, yeah, it's up to you. Like either we go on ahead and tell it to get better, or we reset.
I mean, it already likes us.
Or Gillman, not Seaman.